But it's true, most of the appointees, you check around, I'll come up with the figures. Most of them are people that have double citizenship.
I mean dual citizens.
Dual citizens.
Right. Well, it's not illegal to be a dual citizen.
I'm not saying it's illegal,
right.
But all I'm saying is those type of people cannot give the country 100% because they are not 100% Nigerians.
Well,
anyway.
I disagree with you.
Okay.
On that score. I mean, any other thing.
Because you are one of them anyway.
Should it really matter where someone comes from as long as they are capable and competent in the job that they are chosen to do?
No, not at all. Not at all. In fact, I stood in support of that. I support the president getting, even if it is an expatriate, to occupy a certain position as long as it doesn't infract
on the Constitution.
On the Constitution.
Right.
But what he's doing now infracts on the Constitution. And worst of it, so far, not all, but so far, majority of those that are given those responsibilities are not discharging their so-called...
So you question their competence
yes,
as well?
I did before.
You're right.
So I still stand on it.
Right.
Because we haven't gotten to where, or there is no kind of ray of hope in the country under the leadership of those.
So let me be clear.
Now let me give you.
Yeah, okay.
For how many years? All we hear is endure. It will be okay. It will be okay, and it's 2 years.
You say that more than 70% of the president's appointees are from his southwest region, and that he's effectively skewed his appointments in violation of the principle of federal character. Tell us more.
Well, you have said it all. I don't think I have anything more to add than to say the figures are there. Somebody, the figures are there. You can look at the figures. I sent you one. I sent you figures. It's not that I'm just making accusations, and it's not that I'm saying, well, the president has no right to do that kind of thing. But there's a constitutional provision. Section 13, Section 14.3 of the Constitution is very, very clear. When you look at it vis-a-vis the appointments made so far, and they are political appointments, if we are appointments that are professional, so to say, like you can't appoint somebody who is not a soldier to become the chief of army staff, or you can't appoint somebody that is not a police to be the IG of police, and you can't appoint such persons once they don't get to, they are not qualified. What my worry is not even in the borrowing, it's what you borrow for. Let me give you quickly a rundown of what I checked. You see, in June 2023, $500 million was borrowed for women program to scale up what they call NPWPS. Can you see that? Can Nigerians see it? Where are the women? Then on June 23rd, the same day, $800 million was borrowed to cushion the impact of high petrol prices after fuel subsidy removal. How? Where? Then on September 23rd, 2003, under the same government, $700 million was borrowed again for Adolescent Girls Initiative for Learning and Empowerment. Then, on December 23rd, the same thing, $750 million borrowed through what they call renewable energy scale-up. Then June 24th, 2024, $1.5 billion was borrowed to support Nigeria's reform for economic stabilization to enable transformation.
That one sounds very spurious, I have to be honest.
Okay, you see? Then in June 24th, $750 million again was borrowed for immediate financial and technical support for efforts to stabilize economy and to scale up support to the poor and most economically.
So you're saying these things are have bypassed the National Assembly.
That is it. So far.
The reason I say that is that I know that in November 2024, the Senate approved 1.7 trillion naira or something to that effect that the government had requested, which is several.
No, it's not. Charles, get it clear. Before you pass the budget annually, there's the midterm expenditure framework that must come before the National Assembly for approval. These are the things that the government is anticipating to spend, but that is not to say that even if it is approved, it's a blanket approval. No.
Right.
Every item, every of this
must be accounted.
Yes,
right.
No, because you need to ask questions. How are you going to do that? How is it important? And when is the money? What are the terms? All these things are supposed to be discussed first before you engage in it. That is the National Assembly approval. But as I said, when you total these borrowings, the figure I got here is about $9.45 billion, which translates to about 13 trillion, especially in Borno or Bay State. What we call the Bay State is Borno, Adamawa, and Yobe. As it is now, today, you can't go anywhere in Borno. You can't travel anywhere in Borno after 5 o'clock till morning, 8 in the morning. And it has been like that. But the only difference is that before, now, even after that 8 o'clock in the morning, you cannot travel freely without escort. But these days, there is an improvement that you can go somewhere, some routes without escort. But as I'm telling you now, some of the routes, especially from Maiduguri to Damboa, that you can you can reach there in 2 hours. You have now to at least travel 8 hours. In fact, that road that we used to take under escort, that is from Maiduguri to Damboa, then to Biu, is completely closed now because we have been losing lives there. And coupled with the fact that even the citizens are complicit, and then the security challenge is so much. We have been losing soldiers, we have been losing people.
So why do you think things have got worse there?
It's not that things have gotten worse, but are still lingering. You can't say, yeah, it's not that it has gotten worse.
So there's a bit of a stalemate.
Yes, that is it. Just day before yesterday, a captain was killed, and a corporal in my local government in a town or village called Isge that have been resilient. They have a plateau there, and they have a battalion nearby. Boko Haram came, killed the captain, but for the resilience of the people and the soldiers there, we lost 2. In Goshe, a local government, it's another village, just in the last 5 days or so. Also, the Boko Haram attacked them from Amuda and killed 3 soldiers. In Wajirko recently, that is, there's what they call FOB, Front Operation Base, was attacked, and we lost 4 soldiers. That time too, Urgo, which is not in my local government, but is in Borno State, was also attacked. Severally in other areas. Even yesterday or so in Kebbi, there's a case of Lakura killing about 12 people or so. I read it somewhere. There's this killing in Plateau again. Well, this is part of insecurity. There was a killing in, that of IPOP, isolated, killings in the southeast is still going on. And I mean, you can see that Nigeria's security challenge is still there. The Nigerian Army are doing their best under the circumstances that they are operating. As I'm telling you now, I don't know about last week. I don't know about last month. Our soldiers that sacrificed their life, some of them are yet to be even paid the 70,000 minimum wage. And their daily ration up to now, I don't know about last week because I am interested. I'm a Nigerian, I'm a senator. It's 1,500. You can imagine what 1,500 can do to somebody that you just post from Port Harcourt sometimes. I met a young man from Bielsa, posted to Bama, and he's been paid 50,000 then when I met him. 50,000 naira.
Yeah, but I'm wondering, I mean, you used to be the chairman of the Committee on the Army, weren't you, at one stage? I mean, I'm wondering what you were doing.
I was on their neck.
You have oversight.
I was on their neck.
The Senate has oversight.
And, you know, I'm not trying to exonerate myself because we didn't get there anyway. But Buhari is alive. He knows how the pressure I did personally put on him. The truth of the matter is that our Nigerian or armed forces generally are not well trained, are not equipped, are not motivated, and are not armed. If you don't do that, you don't get anywhere. I suggested at one time that if we can't do that in the shortest possible time, then one of the short-term solutions that the Chief of Defense staff came here to disagree with me, which is entitled to, is to engage the service of private military contractors, PMC. It's done all over. America, that is the greatest country in the world, they engage Blackwater, which is their non-contractors. The British Army do that. French do that. So with this problem that can be solved, and it's in 3 or 4 or 5 black spots, you can address it by, you know, engaging private military contractors and ask them to fix it. They will fix it. And the Nigerian Army can engage itself in other things. But no, Christopher is my friend. We worked closely when I was chairman.
That's Army. Christopher Musa, the Chief of Defense Staff.
Yeah, very good guy.
Yeah, he's a very intelligent man.
Yeah, but they are the pride, you know, they have, I think I look at it as kind of pride or something. What's wrong with engaging private contractors to solve the problem? Nigeria, fortunately, have enough human capital that we need to tap in. Remember, Charles, including yourself, you only don't provide service in Nigeria, but you're
always pointing me. I don't understand.
No, but I'm going to have to go after you. The closest person to me. You are serving Nigeria as one of the best journalists, and because of your performance, you are working with the BBC, isn't it? Or you go part-time there to provide service with other organizations. We have the human capital or human resources, so to say. It's just to harness it.
Let me ask you this: do you believe that you are acting in accordance with your best principles as a senator and a member of the ruling party by these whistleblowing actions that you're taking, and that you are preserving the rule of law in Nigeria?
Yeah, right. But let me correct that. You see, I'm a bona fide member of APC. In fact, one of those that signed onto the initial formation of APC. And Nigeria is my country, and as I said, I don't have any other country.
Well, you've made that point emphatically, and I always get worried when you start going in that direction.
Because I promise not to touch you again.
But let me ask you, because we're running out of time. Time has been galloping ahead. I mean, how does all this, because I remember, I noticed you mentioned somewhere about 2027, but does all this play into 2027?
I hear them talking about 2027 all the time, but for me, I'm not. I'm talking about today and at most tomorrow. I'm 65. I thank God for my life. All these people shouting about 2027, they don't believe in God. Because 2027 is a year ahead. And we don't know whether Ndume is going to be alive then or even the president. And they are busy shouting about 2027.
Yeah,
they have not finished. Wait now, we have not finished with the mandate. We are just 2 years. In fact, until next month, the president is not 2 years old. And you are talking about 2027. Let him finish. By the time the president is performing very well and Nigerians are happy, nobody will come and start talking about competing with Mr. President. It will be automatic. But as it is now, they keep on talking nonsense as far as I'm concerned. Because, as I said, 3 things will determine whether this government is going to succeed or not. 1 is security. 2 is welfare of its citizens. And 3, that is related to the welfare, is the economy itself. If it is not performing, then you can go and be talking nonsense. It will not work.
Dear friend, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this wonderful video, I need you to hit the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you don't miss my subsequent videos. One more thing, go to the comment section, let me know your feel about this video, and finally share this video with whoever you think might find it interesting. Once again, thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.